the hell?
What's up, world?
Yeah,
What's going on?
broadcaster from the darkness.
We got Dark Knight over here.
Hey, some people just want to watch the city burn.
We just had
All
a
right.
conversation about Ralph Tresvant and sensitivity over here. We were way back
That
before
was
the show.
That's a serious conversation we just had about that one. Whoa.
Oh man.
Maybe we'll do the rap a little later because that's what we can do. Because I don't know if America's ready for that, especially with little.
Yes, they are. We got to get America ready for it.
Get America ready for this show right now. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Here we go.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
What? Mr. SENSITIVITY. Let's go.
Hey, let's go, Ralph.
Activity.
Let's go, Ralph.
That's what I could give. Go ahead, Rob. He pulled out some Ralph. Girl, you know it's been high. Left you so sad, you cried every day.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, Dre.
DJ Dre. Y'all better call him in the ATL.
Let's go, Dre.
Man, don't get me started. We have to talk sports though, because again, if we don't talk sports, it'll be a whole nother conversation.
No.
Up with us, man. We got the Dark Knight, the Light Knight.
Hey.
I don't know, Night. I mean, let's just have some fun. But without further ado, we are super excited to come to you guys on this Tuesday, October the 21st, the opening night of the NBA season. Let's go around the horn, check in with the fellas. JQ, how you feeling, my guy?
Listen, I'm fantastic. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on my way home. Listen, I had to get happy hour JQ. In effect for the call, I was having a rough day, so I just needed a second. But yes, I'm glad to be back on the call.
Happy hour with JQ tonight.
Easy. Robert,
You came in here crunk.
Easy, Robert. Sorry for last week, but I was watching. I was watching the Bengals and the Steelers last week with my homeboys, so I'm sorry that I missed it last week. But let's go, Joe Flacco. So I'm feeling fantastic.
Man, I tell you what, boy. I tell you, a tale of 2 weeks, right? JQ was upset that they traded for Joe Flacco. Now they went to beat Steelers. He's on cloud 9.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, I own it. Yes, sir. Let's go.
He was like, Drake, I'm upset. Then he switched out. Oh, man. We got your crawl on there, JQ. If you didn't see that, JQ Happy Hour Jenkins, by the way. So, that's what.
Listen, that's where you are. So you're welcome, America.
There it is. We'll switch between that, and we got to switch also to Big Money JQ, man. So, a lot of love for that, too.
No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to make that a thing. There's only certain people in Madrid, and just hang out. I watched the French Open in person. There's only one of us that's done that.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And Gary has been to Australia. Gary has been to Madrid. Gary has been to Paris. He's been all those places. Kudos to you, Gary.
Let's go.
Don't deflect, Rob. Don't do that.
Huh?
Don't drag me into this.
Gary has been all those places.
But we want to talk about Gary. We was talking about your ass.
I'm talking about Gary.
Always trying to drag me down with you.
Wow. We're happy to have JQ back, man. The energy, it's amazing.
Well, wait. Before I let it go, who was it talking trash about Ohio State last week? We got to get him back on the thing because I forgot because I'm petty. You can call me Petty LaBelle. You can call me Petty Ruxpin. All those things. I remember. OSU baby,
Richard.
number 1. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't forgot. Richard. His friends call him Dick.
Don't do that.
Oh, man.
JQ, man, he's
Yep,
on
there
fire.
it is. Happy hour JQ is here.
I didn't think that was happening. Man,
Sorry. My bad.
that's okay.
Austin.
Man, okay. He shows feelings, man. He did say Woody hates for life, man.
Oh, man.
I got to look at the last chat. All right.
Man, what was that movie? Richard Lawson. Oh, come on, man. Help me out. Y'all know the movie.
Oh, of course you know.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, oh yeah, Tay Diggs, yes sir. Richard Lawson,
Yeah.
yes sir.
Man, we got
Oh
we
man.
got to wrap this up. Rob, how you feeling, CD man? I know we're going sort of off the rails here, but it's all fun, man. Rob, how you feeling?
Man, doing great, man. Loving this weather in Denver. You know, all is good, man. Ready to get this party started.
Garrett.
Out there eating them gummies.
Uh-oh.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Not me. Nah.
No
I want to stay on the right side.
on the show, JQ. Maybe off the show, but right now.
Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm cool.
This guy,
I'm gonna be better.
he's respected. You know, he's got like a team, man. So everyone looks up to him, man. That follows him.
It's
Yeah, man. It's green tea, man. That's all it is. Green
it's
tea.
a joke. Well, you can't say Denver.
Y'all can check my eyes out. No gummies here.
No gummies. We're messing with you, JQ. Gary, how you feeling, man?
Well, I'm doing all right. I just text Richard and I said, "Hey, sign in. JQ wants to talk to you," and he said, "Yes, Mom." So
yes, Mom.
screw you, Richard. You're on your own after that stunt. Rip him up, JQ.
Man,
I'm here
everybody
for
knows
it.
you the boss, Gary. Topics, please.
Right?
Topics, please.
Yeah, he be on Rob when the topics come. But you just
Where's
said
the show? I need a time so I can post it.
Wow. Yeah, Gary, you didn't say how you feeling this evening, my guy.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Listening to you guys. JQ back in usual JQ form. It's gonna be fun.
Hey.
JQ on cloud 9. We better be
That's
glad
good,
we won't see
man.
his
I
eyes
love
right
it,
now.
JQ. When you're missed when you're not on because you bring that certain
foolishness.
Bring a little
Foolishness.
extra pizzazz to it.
Love it.
It's a good squad. It's a good squad, man. I like the squad.
Gary,
Hey.
how's the netter doing?
Yeah.
There's Richard. He said, "Where's Mr. Buckeye?" He came on right. Speak of the devil and you shall appear.
Where's Mr. Buckeye?
I'm here the number one. Still defeated. I'm right here waiting on you, baby.
Oh,
You're right, Richard. That Buckeye's in the dark right now. I got that.
I love it. He said, "Hey,
Richard
man,
JQ's on cloud 9. He had about 1 or 10
Listen,
drinks tonight.
I'll be there in a second, so I can put that Buckeye flag right over my shoulders. You give me about 5 more minutes. I'll be right there.
All right.
Boy, this is a totally different JQ, man. Whenever the Beagles are getting the ass kicked.
Easy. Hey,
man.
Mr. San Francisco. Don't start that. Don't start that, Mr. Yeah. Start the show, Dre.
What I'm saying, JQ, and
We
yes,
already live, Dre. JQ.
I'm just saying, like you were like, it was like, man, it was rough. It was rough last week. You know, you're like, man, and we're like, hey, man, we're trying to encourage you and stuff like that. And like, yeah, our team is.
Oh yeah, no. It's okay. Yeah, keep talking. I'm finna be in the house. I'm finna put this Ohio State flag across my shoulders.
And then it takes. And then he was talking all that shit about Joe Flacco. Like, man, I don't know about Joe Flacco. I don't know. Remember that, Rob? I don't know about Joe Flacco. And then next thing you know, Joe Flacco.
Whoa.
He wanted Jameis Winston.
Whoa. The whole world was talking about, I don't know about Joe
himself.
Flacco. It just wasn't me, like I was out here on an island. I went out here by myself.
Okay, Dre, give the numbers out. Let's go with these topics, man. We got a lot. We got 74 topics to get through.
Okay, here we go. So sorry.
No, you couldn't count, Gary. It's about 89.
Let's go. All right, let's get this party started here. We're starting the show. You know how to follow us here really quickly on Twitter, on X. You see the little scroll. Excuse me. I was going to say scroll and crawl. We are on Twitter at the number 12 TMAN Sports or X. Follow us on our Facebook page, Talking Sports with the 12th Man, or if you put in 12th Man Sports, you'll find us. And we're actually streaming on our YouTube channel, which is another 12th Man Sports. You see it, another, and then the number 12. THMAN Sports. Get some subscribers up, and we appreciate you guys as well. So,
Yes.
GQ is getting settled.
Hey, a quick commercial, Andre. If y'all haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe to the Talking Sports with a 12th Man YouTube channel. I think we want to have one subscriber, and that one is us. We need more.
Three, all three of us. Yeah.
3. We need more subscribers.
That's okay.
So please.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things to discuss, gentlemen. All right. So right at the gate, we're going to recap some things here. Obviously, the Bucks and Lions was pretty interesting to see that game. But if you're the Bucks have been taking a lot of blows. They're still 5-2, but they are, they lost. Looks like Mike Evans for the season with a broken clavicle. And I know this. They've been, they lost Tristan Wirfs. They got Tristan Wirfs back. They had Chris Godwin, I think, is still out, but they just keep persevering, and it's pretty much don't cry for me, Argentina. But I don't know, JQ, do you want to kind of talk about that impact of him being out for the season?
Listen, you talking about Mike Evans? All he does is catch 80 catches for 1,000 yards. Like it's wow. That's when he went to go catch that pass and he landed, I was like, oh my goodness. You could tell it was either a concussion or his like AC joint or his shoulder. So that's a really big blow. I think the biggest thing though is that you gotta get Ibuka back, but what's going on with Godwin, right? Like doesn't seem like he's going to be healthy in enough time to get them where they need to be. So, but Baker's playing at a really high level, but that Detroit team just looked like they were really pissed about losing to Kansas City. And they came out and they played a really good game for the most part. And those things are going to happen. You're not going to go undefeated. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's the tough blow. Mike Evans, I think, is a first ballot Hall of Famer in my book. I hate to see him go out that way. I hope he comes back next year. Actually, I think Hope comes back this year. She should probably come back for the playoffs because I think it's between them and the Falcons for the division title. So I think he's going to be back for a playoff game. But that was just a really tough scene to watch Mike Evans get hurt like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough blow. I mean, you have Emeka Ibuka, and obviously, as JQ mentioned, you wonder if you're going to get Chris Godwin back. I know the Buccaneers may kick the tires with Tyler Lockett. I mean, obviously, he's nowhere near Mike Evans, but he may be able to help him in the slot a little bit, right? So we'll see. I'm sure they're going to check the wide receiver market. Julian McMillan, right? What's the status of him coming back too, right? Because he was a solid receiver for him on last year as well. So that's another one that they need to get back to. Yeah, they've had a boatload of injuries. Bucky Irving, maybe he comes back this week too. If he'll be another weapon to help them in the passing game. He has a lot of versatility to that offense, right? So they got to get Bucky healthy. They got to get Chris Godwin back. They got to get McMillan healthy, and maybe even look at the market and see what's out there from a wide receiver position. But still think they're the favorite to win the division.
Yeah.
But a Mike Evans in the playoffs would be definitely something that they could use. That's for sure. So if they can get him back for the playoffs, that would be a big help for him.
Do you think that obviously the Bucks have been playing extremely well, much to our dismay here, but there's only hits that it keeps happening too. So do you think that they've been having some young receivers, like I said, Emeka Mbuku's been showing up, again, but do you think they can survive? Because it feels like, again, they've been lucky the past couple of games. Like they've been winning kind of like last seconds and, except obviously the Lions game, but, feels like they just been getting by. So do you think they can actually, they've got enough firepower, you think, or what?
Yes. Have you watched the end part of their schedule? They played Carolina twice in the last 3 weeks.
Well, Carolina.
They played Carolina, New Orleans, and Carolina is their last 3 games.
Yeah, they still got the Saints twice and Carolina twice.
Yeah, well, that's 3 right there. But I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know.
That's 4.
That's 4.
But yeah,
that's 2. Oh, that's right. They played twice. Okay, they haven't played the Saints yet. Okay,
I'm pretty sure the last 3 games are Carolina, New Orleans, Carolina.
Let me look at that. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, well, shit. Well,
Yeah, I
you
think
got
we
4
still
wins
have
right
enough.
there.
Like I said, to get Bucky Irvin back, he adds a lot of versatility to that offense. What he does in the running game, what he does is in the screen game, catching the ball out of the backfield. They still have one of the better offensive lines in the league, even though they got to get healthy up front too. And they whipped the 49ers the last week before they played the Lions. And so I still think they have enough to win the division. They have the best quarterback in the division, first off. So I think that's going to help them to move forward. But with Mike Evans, though, I think they had a chance to get to the Super Bowl. You know, that might hurt
I
them as
agree.
far as that standpoint.
That's why I was talking
They
about
might
getting
not be a
him back
Super
for the
Bowl contender
playoffs.
without Mike Evans, but I think they still win a division without him.
Yep.
You look at we can do a quick recap. Like you said, JQ, the Lions were pissed after getting beat up by the Chiefs, and they just came out and were throwing haymakers to each other. It feels like, and there's no love lost between that. And it looks like Baker Mayfield's revenge tour kind of ended with Detroit right now. But we'll see how that plays out for the next team. Texans and Seahawks is pretty interesting too because you can kind of talk about whichever game you want to talk about, but again, the trust with Sam Darnold was pretty interesting, and it's tough with the Texans because C.J. Stroud looks a little lost out there, but that defense is pretty physical, right? But you have a situation where the defense is better than the offense, right? Let me get JQ in here, and as a defensive team, I mean they were just out physicaling the Seahawks, and then it kind of was like a back and forth game, right? So it was interesting to see that, right? But they do look a little lost in the offense, right? I know
Yeah.
losing a lot of receivers, Nico Collins, that's been kind of going back, and CJ really hadn't had any weapons, and it just seems like a very interesting drop from what happened the year before, right?
Yeah, offensively they're struggling big time. C.J. Stroud is, it looked like he's regressing, right? And you know what's funny? Bryce Young was drafted ahead of him, and all of a sudden this year, Bryce Young is probably the first year he's looked better than C.J. Stroud, right? So yeah, C.J. Stroud is struggling, but I think a lot of it has to do with the personnel around him. That Houston Texans offensive line is not very good. They got young receivers out there that hasn't matured yet. So I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of what's around him. And you look
Yeah.
at Bryce Young, he's actually got some pieces around him that's starting to perform. He's got a 1-2 punch at Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. Tetairoa McMillan is having a solid season as well, the rookie wide receiver out of Arizona. So, he's starting to get some weapons around him that's helping him, whereas in C.J. Stroud, on the other hand, offensively, he just don't have a lot going for him. No running game, no offensive line, no receivers. What it was last night, it was like 23 out of 52. I think it was less than 50% completion percentage. And he doesn't have any receivers out there that can catch contested balls. And in the NFL, you got to have receivers that can catch contested balls too.
Well, and in the NFL, you have to have receiver. You have to have a offensive line where he's not scrambling for his life every other play. That Seattle front four put the heat on him. So with that said, I mean that's a tough place for him to be in. When you've got all those timing routes and all of these sort of things. None of these plays work unless you have an offensive line that can protect you.
Yep. Richard online said Stroud looked awful in the Seahawks game last night.
Listen, that's spoken like somebody likes an anti-Ohio State fan. First and foremost, I see you out here, Richard. I'm right here. I'm no longer in the dark. I was on my phone. You see that in the light? You see this beautiful? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get a championship one for you to see for the next call, so you can bask in it, bask in the excellence and the glory. But if you want to talk about C.J. Stroud, can we talk about this? Who looked at Iowa State and said, you know what? Not only do I need one of the wide receivers, I need them both. What the hell is the Houston Texans GM doing? How do you go and get both of the wide receivers? Who said the Iowa State passing game was so, prolific that I got to go get both of them? They drafted both Iowa State's wide receivers to get a CJ and say, here you go. Why? Why would you do that? What are you asking CJ to do? Listen, the things you don't believe, Richard. Things you don't believe. Just talking. Things you don't believe.
Boy, he is on fire, boy. Richard is ready to go.
The things you don't believe. National
Oh,
championship
wow.
excellence. But for real though, you're asking a lot of CJ to give him a C offensive line, and you gave him 2 wide receivers from a Big 12 school that's not known for being a passing school, and
He
say
traded Laramie Tunsil.
right, and you say go for it, sir, and go win this division with that. So I don't think CJ has been as great as I think CJ can be, but I also think that they didn't do him the best service. I'm talking about giving him receivers.
They did him no favors, that's for sure.
Right around
Right.
Nico Collins. Like if you double team Nico and take him out the game, he has to go to Dalton Schultz. And if they have a good cover linebacker on Dalton Schultz, then he's in trouble. And if they blitz him, he's in triple trouble. So I put more of that on the Houston, the Texans GM, that I just don't know how you go down on the Iowa State wide receivers. That's just
Yeah. Hey, Dalton Schultz
They
got
have
to
a
be
deep-
like 83 years old too.
Yeah. They just went in thinking that defense wins championships. We're gonna be fine.
and
We
the
got a
Houston
great
defense
defense.
is
And they
fantastic, but you
realized-
have to have another wide receiver outside of Nico to
Yeah.
help him out. And I don't know why they thought the Iowa State wide receiver pro was going to be the one.
Well, in theory, you're
You're
right.
missing Tank Dell too. Tank Dell was a big deep threat for him
He
too,
was.
and he's had major injuries. Probably gonna be out all of this season.
And he might be out
So
forever.
no Nico, no Tank Dell. Those are huge blows for that Houston Texans
He
offense.
weighs 163
Yeah.
pounds. Soaking
Defense
wet.
does win championships, but you also have to have an opportunistic offense that can capitalize on these extra possessions that your defense is going to give you. If you don't have that, all you do is wear out your defense, and then they're not that good, and then you get blown out.
I agree.
You got Nick Chubb at running back. Man, it seemed like he's had about 8 or 9 major knee surgeries.
Yeah. That's tough. Yeah, the one dominant. We're not looking at the Baltimore Ravens defense of back in the day, and also but he said he would take Vandy over the Texans. Man, that's
just
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Hey, so let's get to the top 5 teams real quick, and then obviously we can kind of piggyback off of this. And I'm just going just by the eye test here right now, and then there's some that are looking at records here. So number 1, I got the Colts 6-1. They went in there, and I know that SoFi playing in the Chargers Stadium was a challenge for them, but they actually got that monkey off their back. So way to come in to SoFi handle business. I've got the Packers at number 2. I got the Lions, knocking off the Bucks. Then I've got the Rams at number 4, and then surprise team at number 5. I know Gary, you're gonna hate this, and I hate it myself, but I just put the Patriots in there because they're playing well, man. They beat a very good offensive team, and whatever. So that's what I've got. I know you put the Broncos in there, but I hate Sean Payton too. But that's all good. But yeah, there you go.
Who's going next?
You.
Me? Okay. I've got the Lions at number 1.
Whew.
I've got the Colts at number 2. I got Green Bay at 3, Philadelphia at 4, and the Rams at 5. What do you think, JQ? You like
I
it?
don't know. Go ahead, Rob.
I had all my notes together here, but I can't seem to retrieve them. But I think I have them by heart. The Colts. I have the Colts at number 1. You look at this Colts team, man. What's impressive is you got 2 guys on this team playing like they're in the MVP conversation: Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor's been the best running back in the league. Daniel Jones is putting up MVP kind of numbers. I mean, they went on the road. I didn't think they were going on the road and beat the Chargers.
Yes,
Right,
you did.
42 points.
Yes, you did.
Offensively, they're playing outstanding. And we talked about how a poor job the GM of the Texans did, but the GM of the Colts have been drafting extremely well. When you look at the way they've set up that offensive line, when you look at Michael Pittman, Alex Pierce on the perimeter, Tyler Warren has been outstanding. Probably one of the best rookie receivers
Great
in
pick.
the game, along with Mecca Buka and Tataro McMillan. He's been outstanding, and the defense has been good enough, right? It's been opportunistic. And So this team has definitely have shocked many. But this is a team we've said on our show even the last couple of years that they have a good roster. They just needed some stability at the quarterback position, and now Jonathan Taylor is healthy too, right? So he's had some injury-plagued seasons. With him being healthy, they got some stability at the quarterback position. So in my mind, they're definitely best team in the league right now, right? We'll see what happens as the season continues to progress. I got the Green Bay Packers number 2. They're 4-1-1. I still don't think they played their best football, but I have them at number 2. They're doing enough offensively as well. Their defense has been pretty solid, and I still think they have an opportunity to possibly get better. So I have the Packers at the number 2 spot. Number 3 might surprise you all. Who I have at number 3, the New England Patriots. Right?
Stop that! Stop
4
that!
games
Stop
in a
that.
row.
Stop
Drake
that.
May. Hey, New England, 4 in a row. Drake May playing out of his world. You got Keyshawn Boutte from LSU on the perimeter. Stephon Diggs. They got a 1-2 punch at running back with Ramondre Stevenson and the kid from Ohio State at running back. Will Campbell at left tackle from LSU has been outstanding.
You don't remember Will Campbell? You got to remember TreVeyon Henderson? That's what we're doing?
Yeah, help me out with it. See, I left that for you to say. Yeah, but Will Campbell has been outstanding at left tackle. The rookie has been dominant. Number 4 overall draft. And Mike Vrabel has brought a different attitude to that team. And they're competing, right? So I have them at the number 3 spot. And number 4, who am I going to go with number 4 here? I think number 4, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles at number 4. Nice response from them this past week. Looked like Jalen Hurts. He had his best game of the season. Looked like he's back in sync with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So good performance. 5, I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. I don't know how they won that game on Sunday. That had to be the game of the weekend for sure. 33 points in the fourth quarter. Look,
that freaked me out.
I think Sean Payton is a jerk, but they came back and won that game. They're in first place in their division. They got a good defense, even though they didn't show it on this past Sunday. I got them at number 5. That was JQ's preseason Super Bowl pick too.
I don't remember you saying Sean Payton was a jerk when he was with New Orleans.
Yeah, listen, he didn't care then. He didn't care then.
He was a jerk then too, but I wasn't going to say it then.
Yeah.
He's my jerk. That's my jerk. That's my
jerk. I think you have to put Indianapolis number 1. I feel like when Green Bay puts the whole game together, you got to put them at 2. I think you got to put the Lions at 3. It's hard to put them over Green Bay when Green Bay just ate their cookies in week 1. But man, I don't know how we leave out the NFC.
It's close.
I don't know how you leave out the NFC West. They got 3 teams at 5-2.
3 teams at 5-2.
3 teams at 5-2.
Yeah.
Seattle was an honorable mention for me.
I was going to go with the Rams at 4 and the Seahawks at 3.
I had the Rams at 4. I had the Rams.
So I'm gonna go Indy 1, Green Bay 2, Kansas City 3.
Kansas City.
Listen, I hate them. But the way they playing right now, who are you gonna take over them right now? They got Rashee Rice and them back. Who are you gonna take over them right now? It's not a whole lot of teams you're gonna take over them right now. I don't like what the Eagles have happening in house. They're winning games. Yeah. I'm gonna give them that credit. They're winning games, but we watched them not last year, 2 years ago, winning games in the beginning of the season and then fall completely apart down the stretch and lose the first game to Tampa in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go Indy 1, Green Bay 2, Kansas City 3, Rams 4, Seattle 5.
You looked at the Lions? Oh, he looked at the Lions. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Duke, man. Yeah. We're loving Indiana here. Colts, fever, football, Hoosiers. Man, everything is pretty big for Indiana right now.
That is something. The Indianapolis Colts and Indiana.
But you watch the Lions get embarrassed by Kansas City, and you watch them beat up a beat-up Tampa Bay team. So let's not get
Tampa Bay is still a good
they
squad
are.
though,
But
man.
you watch
Baker's been
you watch Mike Evans blow his whole shoulder bone out the socket on that play.
Yeah.
And Mbuka is playing on a bad hamstring. I don't know what's really going on with Godwin, and they don't have Bucky Irvin. Like you're beating up the backups for Tampa. So let's.
But they were 5-1, JQ.
Yes,
I'm just saying, man. I mean, you got.
I get that, but look at Tampa's wins. They barely beat a bad Jets team.
Okay, so let me,
That's what I said
you
earlier.
guys, let me ask you this
too.
right now. This is the Super Bowl. If the Super Bowl was right now and it was the Lions versus the Colts, you're taking who?
Shit, that's good. I would slightly go with the Colts.
I would.
You know, that's I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I would.
I'll go. Yeah.
I'll rule out the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl again.
I'm just asking you right now if that was the matchup.
I'd say the Colts.
I think
like,
right now, the problem is that we have a problem with the Daniel Joneses, the Sam Darnolds of the world, where we hold them in the Detroit's quarterback, Jared Goff. That we hold them in this point in time where we don't let them progress. And you say they suck and they have to prove it to me. And that's fine to say that. But if you watch Indianapolis play, they play really well on defense. Their defensive line gets after the quarterback. They have multiple weapons that can go intermediate, short, deep on offense. They have a really good offensive line. They have a really good running back. Like, it's just not sexy to say that. We just so used to saying that about Detroit. But the problem is that Aaron Jones is their quarterback. The same way we talked about Sam Darnold last year with the Vikings, and we were waiting on him to implode. You're waiting on Daniel Jones to implode. But until that happens, you have to give them. You gotta give them their grace right now. I think the Colts
I'd
win
go
that
with
game.
the Lions in that matchup.
It's not a blowout, but the Colts, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's a good game.
I think that's a really good game. I think it's a better game than you
Rob,
think it is,
who would
Gary.
you pick in that scenario?
I think if they were playing tomorrow, I'll go with the Colts.
On a neutral field, you're going with the Colts. Yep.
So what?
Neutral field, Super Bowl, you're going with the Colts, right?
If they play tomorrow, I'm going with the Colts for sure. I just think the Colts are playing better football right now, slightly better football. Offensively, man, I don't think they've had a game yet where they've scored under like 27 to 28 points.
Yeah, they've been
scoring.
That was a good win by the Lions. You got to think about who the
football.
Lions were playing in that secondary. You got to beat up Mbuka, who probably was a game time decision with that hamstring. Evans was too, and he goes out of that game. They're missing Bucky Irvin. Chris Godwin's not there. Like, that's not the Tampa Bay team that would give them fits. If Tampa Bay was at full strength, I don't know if the Lions win that game. You got to remember, Detroit turned that ball over 3 times in that game.
They did.
Yeah.
It was tough. And then like you said,
last night.
He was crazy.
Yeah, he ran for that. Yeah, he was killing it, and that was good too. So that's what you got to look at. I mean, it's not like they're like chopped liver or anything like that too, but just you're looking at matchups too in this instance. Obviously, Jared Goff, but you go back to coaching and how Daniel Jones has been playing really well. And maybe that was a shit show in the Giants situation, but you took away Saquon from him. He know what the hell to do, and you have a coach that kind of believes in him, and you kind of saw, hey, what do you think about this play? And he's really stepping up. So, but it's more of a balanced team, as you mentioned, Rob. The offensive line's been great. Jonathan Taylor's been great. He's got wide receivers. The defense is optimistic. They've been scoring. Who the hell is the punter? We don't know who the punter is for the Colts. They have been punting for a while too, so they just been on fire. So that's
I heard Drew Brees talking on last week. He said a lot of these quarterbacks don't hit their stride until they get like 50 starts in them.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
I agree with that.
And you've seen that with a lot of quarterbacks. And, you actually go back to Drew Brees' career. The first couple of years of San Diego, he struggled. A lot of people don't remember that. And he struggled those first couple of years. Then they drafted Phillip Rivers. All of a sudden, he turned it on. Yeah.
Competition.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that. I think we talked about whenever we hooked up, Rob, how I talked about how Alex Smith was a great quarter. He was a smart guy coming from college, and he would say it took him 5 years to be comfortable turning his back against the defense and finally reading. He's like, it's like a chess piece. Whenever you turn your back, 11 guys are moving in different directions. You don't know where they're going, so you have to kind of process that information. And he said he finally felt comfortable 5 years into the league. Yep. 5 years, he finally felt comfortable turning his back and then looking back and seeing where that's crazy. He's a very smart guy too. So
it shows
you see a lot of these first round picks, man. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I was just saying that, Richard, I do believe with these two teams, we're talking about the whole package: offense, defense, special teams. Whether or not we feel that they would win. I'm picking the Lions. You pick the Lions. These three knuckleheads here pick the Colts.
I'm from Indiana too, so I got to show some love from there too. That's where I was born. But other than that, that's where it stopped. That's all good. Hey, Bill Belichick is a candidate for the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, this is Rob. I don't know where you got this topic. Was that something that was on here? But you got to think about, obviously a little mixed legacy post Tom Brady. Does the late career record tarnish his resume? What's happening with North Carolina is the question.
No, I mean he definitely not going to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. We can forget about that. That's not going to happen. But we talking Pro Football Hall of Fame. And look, I mean, he had Tom Brady, yes. But there's no question Bill Belichick was a good football coach. I mean,
And a losing record in
he was a defensive coordinator with the Giants
That part.
under Sales, right? I mean, that game plan he put together to beat the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl and contain that offense was quite genius, right? So you can't say that he is not a football genius. He's not a good college football coach at the moment. But hey, we wondered, we all wondered, how was he going to translate to the college game at 73, 74 years old, right? After being in the program for quite some time. But look, I have no problems with Bill Belichick going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's not
Would you
going
put
to the
an
College
asterisk?
Football Hall of Fame.
Would you put an asterisk by the Hall of Fame for the
No.
Spygate, Deflategate? You put a little asterisk there too?
No asterisk.
Oh yeah. I'm out then. He doesn't get my vote.
Gary, come on, bro. Stop it. I know you hate
Yeah.
him. I don't listen, I don't like him either. But you talk about multiple, two with the Giants as a defensive coordinator, and then
7 with the Patriots, right?
with the
6,
Patriots?
5 or 6. I lost track.
Yeah, come on, man. He cheated. Okay, in that instance, do we know how much he cheated? We don't know. But that dude is a defensive genius coming to game planning. And you don't have to like him. I don't like him. Seems like
I did. You know what? And JQ, thanks for I remember. I can't remember what game, who they were playing. I think it might have been the Colts. Yeah, and he really frustrated Peyton Manning. He rushed.
Not once, not twice,
but
not 3 times. He frustrated Peyton Manning a lot in his career.
What about the greatest show on turf? He just beat the hell out of him.
This one particular game,
the greatest show on turf, the first Super Bowl win. They were huge underdogs.
He rushed 2 people and put everybody in layers in the backfield. Yes. And even the great Peyton Manning could not process that. So I'll give him his props. Should he go in the Hall of Fame? I don't like him. I don't like what he did as a Patriots coach. But he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Listen, and we don't know how much he was involved in Deflategate. What is this, the equipment man?
Stop it. Nothing. Stop that. He knows everything that goes on with that football team. He 100% knew what was going on.
Well,
stop that.
We assume that, right? But look, the game plan that he had against the Buffalo Bills in that 1990 Super Bowl was one of the best defensive game plans I've ever seen.
Yes.
The way, as Gary just talked about, man, he only rushed 2 guys and had 9 guys dropped in coverage. And it contained that Bills offense. Bills offense that year was averaging over 30 points a game. They were the favorites to win that Super Bowl. And the same thing with the greatest show on turf. When they beat them 20-17, and Tom Brady wasn't even a star yet then, right? He was, coming in. He wasn't quite the Tom Brady to beat.
Well, that was also Spygate.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right, that's enough.
Okay, let me give you one thing though, because I'm not a Bill Belichick fan like that. But let's be easy on the college team. Give him a second. There's not like the cup was just running over talent at North Carolina. Let's just be clear that North Carolina football was not sitting on a hotbed of talent. They just said, "Hey, Bill, come in here and take it over and take us to the next level." That's not where it was. You have to. Whenever our teams get a new coach, we always preach what? Patience. So you can't just throw him out with the bathwater on his first year. North Carolina wasn't sitting on that kind of talent. Have they looked bad? Yes, but I'm not going to say that he just forgot how to coach. I don't think he has the Joes in North Carolina yet, but he 100% has to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's won too many rings. He's too good at it. Come on, man. You can hate him, but yeah.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Well, see what I'm
Let's go.
saying?
Let's do the top NFC South first round pick wide receivers. JQ, man, okay. And yes, maybe Brady has some eligibility
Wait,
left.
wait,
We're on to
wait.
Cincinnati.
That's funny.
What is the topic? The NFC South wide receivers?
First round.
Emeka Ibuka and Tataro McMillan.
Oh, well, listen. I don't think it's any. Hey, Richard. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You want to talk about the
Richard? He on you tonight, man.
You want to talk about it? But listen, he had to step up. But listen, if you want to talk about it, and for real terms, you think about, you could hate him. I know there's a whole bunch of Ohio State haters out there. It's fine. There's a whole bunch of haters whenever you have success. But whenever you are the all-time leading wide receiver at Ohio State, which Ibuka is, in terms of receiving yards, like, he's been there 4 years. It translated, and Brady and them all. I'm not Brady. Baker and them all talked about it going into the season about how cerebral and smart he was, and it translated to it. I don't know about the hamstring injury. And he played through it yesterday, and then look, he was himself. But those first couple of weeks of the season, he was a whole problem. And that duel that he and Jackson Smith and Jigba had in that Tampa Seattle game in Seattle was crazy. So you got to give him his props. But now you're going to find out when you don't have any Mike Evans for the rest of the year, when everybody knows you're the dude. How do you, one, bounce back from the injury? Two, how do you bounce back from that saying, hey, it's one thing to have Mike Evans on the other side. Now it's just you, and we're game planning for you. And McMillan, listen, you can't judge him in this season. I don't know if Bryson's a dude in Carolina, and now you got the red rifle going in the ball. That's not even fair to judge him on that. So we'll see. I just don't think Andy has a whole lot of left in the tank, really. So until Bryce gets back and they develop that rapport together, growing up together as a quarterback and wide receiver in Carolina, I don't know if you can really put that whole lot on him. But I think he's on his way. He was on his way, and I feel like Bryce was making strides, and then he got hurt. I don't know how long he's going to be hurt. I have to look it up. But I think Andy Dalton is playing this week, if I'm not mistaken. So
Red Rifle still
Red
lives.
Rocket lives again. Nice.
I hear you, Richard.
Oh, you mentioned Jackson Smith and Jigba, man. He's also having a fantastic year. I know that's not the topic, but tonight he was impressive, man. 8 catches over 120-something yards. He was putting on the show against the Houston defense on last night. So he's another one that was flat out phenomenal last night.
Yeah, I only brought it up because I was talking about him and how good of a season Ibuka was having for Tampa, and both of them put it on a show in that Seattle Tampa game. It was like 38, 35 or something crazy like that a couple of weeks ago. So it's just that I just don't think he's healthy right now. With that hamstring, they have to rush him back when you don't have Evans now and Godwin is not there. So you can't just trot Sterling Shepard's ass out there and say, hey, go win games. Tampa got to do something.
All right, where are we at with topics?
So let's go with the top 50 prospects and hopefully, Rob, you're not going to give us, you're going to get the top 10 here. So give a couple of topics. I definitely want to talk about a couple the Raiders QB situations, some predictions, and then obviously get to college football. What happened with Swamp Billy getting let go, and
Billy.
You missed the whole.
Yeah, he's gonna be back in the Sun Belt too.
But we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about JQ's coach James Franklin, where he's supposed to land if you want to. But let's get to a couple of these things here. Do some top prospects, Rob. I know you probably do like top 10, top 5 or something.
Oh yeah, I'll do the top 10, and I'll skip around a little bit on some big names.
Sure.
And it's posted on our Talking Sports with a 12th Man Facebook page as well. Hey, every year we talk about there's a quarterback that rises, and Fernando Mendoza is that quarterback right now. It's probably leading the Heisman candidacy right now, and he's number 1 overall on my board. most accurate quarterback in the draft right now. Ruben Bain, edge rusher from Miami, have him at number 2 right now. Number 3, Caleb Downs, defensive back from Ohio State, cerebral ball player. You can move him around, put him in a lot of different positions. Number 4, Dante Moore, QB, Oregon. Obviously, he threw a couple of picks against Indiana, but his versatility as well is going to be. And outside of the Indiana game, he's been outstanding this year. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State, had a big game this past weekend. Arvell Reese, linebacker from Ohio State, right? Another versatile guy. You can move him around. You can rush the passer. He can drop in coverage. So he's a guy that's kind of coming into that maybe Micah Parsons kind of talent. Arvell Reese from Ohio State. Number 7, Carnell Tate, another Ohio State guy, at the number 7 spot. Number 8, and this was supposed to be a weak wide receiver draft, and now all of a sudden I got 3 wide receivers in the top 10. Makai Lemon, wide receiver from USC, at number 8. So all of a sudden they got 3 wide receivers going in the top 10. Keldrick Falk, if you watch Auburn, just watch him on defense. That's the only thing you need to watch with Auburn, man. He is impressive. He can stop the run. He can rush the passer. He can play on the inside. He can play on the outside. Just watch Kendrick Falk if you like NFL, because he's going to be in the NFL playing on Sundays.
Come on, Rob. You should just watch him.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. I was watching Auburn against Missouri the other night, man. I just wanted to see Falk.
It was a good game.
Yep, defensive tackle from Clemson. Clemson obviously having a down year, but still he's going to go very high in the draft.
Why?
And,
they have to get their ass whooped. How? I don't understand these things. I'm sorry, Rob.
Hey, it's not because of him. He's doing his job.
Yep. If he was doing his job, they wouldn't be getting their ass whooped.
Hey, man, he's one player, man. Come on.
The whole defensive line.
He can't play offense.
They talk about the whole defensive line was going to be in the first 2 rounds, and they're out there getting their ass whooped.
Well, it's not because of him. He's not getting much help.
Okay.
It's not because of him. Number 11, Francis Magawa, offensive tackle, Miami. Spencer Fanu, offensive tackle, Utah. And then you got Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Alabama. I'm going to skip around a little bit. Ty Simpson, man, quarterback, Alabama. Another one that's rising up the draft board, man. He's up to number 16 on my board here. Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker from Texas, number 20. And Lenora Sellers and Garrett Nussmeier, man. That Sellers down to 24, Nussmeier down to 25. And both of them are a tough evaluation right now because South Carolina offensive line is straight trash, right? And so it's a tough evaluation for Sellers. And LSU offensive line is even more trash. So that's also evaluation for both of those guys right now that the scouts are going to have to try to look through. But they're down to 24 and 25. Andre's guy, Avion Terrell from Clemson, number 27. And I'll stop there.
Good stuff. Let's move quickly here. I don't know why we're talking about the Raiders here, but right now the Geno Smith experiment is not looking good. They've got Aiden Connell, and then I was looking up the other quarterback
Kenny Pickett
that they drafted. Yeah, they got Pickett. Yeah. And then interesting. So, the experience right now, this is not looking good right now for Geno Smith right now.
You probably go to play and get a higher draft pick and get one of these the dudes that Rob just talked about, because Aiden McConnell and Kenny Pickett ain't the answer.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. They also got Cam Miller, I want to say too, right? He's from North Dakota State.
I don't see why they don't throw Kenny Pickett out there and see what he can do, right?
Geno Smith's name is Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett,
he can do nothing.
Kenny Pickett, I thought last year. Now, obviously, had a lot more talent on the team with the Eagles, but those last few games when Jalen Hurts was hurt, he actually played well in those couple of games. Now, like I said, he had a lot of talent around him in Philadelphia. You won't have that with the Raiders. But we talk about this. Kenny Pickett is the first-round pick. We see a lot of these first-round picks start to hit their stride in year 3, year 4, year 5. Let's see what Kenny Pickett has, and then obviously you can see you're gonna have to make a decision here coming to draft, right? But Geno Smith is having an awful year, right? So If I'm them, I would see what I have on Geno Smith. Not
Geno
Geno
Smith.
Smith, Kenny Pickett. I'm
No,
sorry.
listen, you know what you got.
Well, you
Kenny
have
Pickett,
nothing to
his name is Kenny
lose.
Pickett.
2 garbage cans
You have
going
nothing
down.
to lose, so you might as well throw it out there. Might as well throw them out there and try.
Well,
You have
you know
nothing
what?
else to lose.
Here's what I'll say about Geno Smith. Give him a chance to have Brock Bowers back fully healthy and Jacoby Myers back fully healthy. When Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers don't play in that game against Kansas City, what do you want Geno Smith to do? What? What's he going to do in that game without Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers? Nothing. It's like throwing to the 4 of us against the Kansas City Chiefs. He had no chance.
Yeah, I got a 2-yard out on y'all. I can
Stop that. Trey Tucker about 5'7" and 173 pounds. Stop it.
He fast though.
Listen, my whole point is that Geno's had a rough year, but he's missed, I think, Brock Bowers for at least 2 or 3 games. I think Jacoby was his first game this year. When you missing your 1 and 2, number one, look at what happened to Baker Mayfield in that game against the Lions. Like, it's tough to have your 1 and 2 number target out of the game and say, hey, go win. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough.
Well, you've got some,
all right.
So you're right, JQ. When you lose your 1 and 2 like that, you do have some plays in there that with that third wide receiver and your whoever else. But a lot of these guys, there's no timing, there's no nothing. It's just
your third and fourth wide receiver.
The Warriors are whipping the Lakers.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah.
So the Warriors are whipping the Lakers.
I know LeBron. That's why I didn't even got it on. Didn't even care.
There it is.
No, that is a good point though about Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers, right? And Brock Bowers had 115 catches on last season. Even the few games he's played this year, he wasn't healthy. And they finally said, "Hey, you're not going to get healthy unless you rest." Right. And so he sat down the last couple of games. So I mean, that is a good point. But at some point, they got to figure out something to see if they can ignite that offense. But I agree, that is a good point with Bowers and Jacoby Myers.
I will say Kenny Pickett is not.
Well, as we're talking here with this stuff, we've got Duke and Richard having their own little thing.
Yeah. And look, and Kenny Pickett may not be the answer, right? But we said Sam Darnold won the answer a few years ago. We just said Daniel Jones won the answer last year.
That's true.
And all of a sudden, right? So, and Kenny Pickett was the first round pick. So I'm some evaluators that thought he has first round talent, right? And like I said, I saw him play last year for the Eagles. And I'm sure Gary did because I think he beat the Cowboys in one of those games. I thought Kenny Pickett played fairly well in those couple of games. He had to come in relief for Jalen Hurts on last year.
My thing is, if you're already done, you might as well just tank it this year and just be drafted at the top of each round.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Jets got that solidified, man. They're looking at quarterback all the way.
Well, not now. Now we got to fucking play Tyrod Taylor this week in Cincinnati. Good talk.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Richard. I mean, it is. You have to kind of find the perfect team, right? And again, we're talking about this. We're looking at what's happening to Daniel Jones, right? If he goes to maybe a better situation, maybe he's going to play better. And I'm talking about Kenny Pickett, but right now it feels like a stretch as right now. But I am keeping an eye on the Miami situation because, again, what the hell is happening with Tua? We're still looking at that, or that's a whole other situation. But again, you got to find that situation where you have the right coach, the right team, the right pieces, and all that should come together. And then
any of these players in any of these sports, you get with an organization and you have not played up to your potential. So you get stuck not only in, with the coaching staff and what they're telling you or whatever, or maybe they're being redundant and maybe it's just over and over again the same thing, and that falls on the deaf ears, and you're just not. You're in your own way. You get traded to another team. You've got to reevaluate yourself. If I lose my job and I go to another company, and I've got to reevaluate. I got to figure out what new, what can I do to make this organization better.
Listen.
It is tough that he came from the Steelers. Though the Steelers had a pretty JQ. The Steelers had a pretty solid organization. I don't know whether you would think that Arthur Smith may have the problem with offense, but still, that's something that you came from. So that's kind of a little suspect too. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards that with JQ. Go ahead, my guy.
Why do you have a
Well,
Mexico?
Steelers
Why do
gave
you
up
have a
on him after
Mexico?
like 1 year.
Yeah. Well, JQ,
Why
what
do
are
you
you
have a
saying?
Mexico jersey on? Why? What are you doing?
Why do you think?
I don't know. I was just
Is that where you
wondering.
go?
Oh, I am wearing this for political reasons.
Oh, here we go.
You want to go any
Okay,
further
let's-
than that?
Nope.
We're all immigrants.
We
We all come from
Oh,
immigrants.
here we go.
Okay. I just have to look up
Woo.
and say, man, what are you doing?
This is why I'm doing it.
Okay. I just
Yeah.
had to ask the question, Gary.
Yeah.
Let's get through some predictions
You
here
look for a
as we
Mexico
kind of
flag
quickly.
next week back behind me?
Yeah, man. Wave
I
it,
will.
Gary. Let's do it.
Let's yeah.
We got the Bills at the Panthers, the first game here for the predictions, and the Bills are coming off of a bye week. I fully expect for them to come in. They've been getting beat up in the media. I think they're going to come in and handle business against the Panthers, if I can talk correctly. I'm going like 35 to 17. That's what I'm
You
going.
think
They're
that
going
the
to be
Red
ready.
Rockets gonna score 17 points on the Buffalo Bills? 35-3 or 10.
oh.
I'm going to go more
You'll be
like
getting 10 points?
24-10 because I'm still worried about Buffalo. I'm picking Buffalo to win, but I'm going to go more 24-10. Main reason is I'm worried about Buffalo on the perimeter, right? They need some guys to step up at the wide receiver position, man. They've been atrocious at the wide
They're gonna
receiver
run the ball.
position so far this year. I do expect Buffalo to win this game. Carolina's got a winning record, believe it or not, 4-3, right? But they're going to lose this game. I think to Andre's point, coming off a bye week, you get a chance to self-scout a little bit, try to fix some things. But Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman, those two dudes got to step up at the wide receiver position. If Buffalo's going to have any chance of going far this year in the playoffs.
Gary?
Well, I think it's going to be the Bills are obviously going to win this game, but I'm going 27-17. And the only reason I give them 17 is because I think that the Bills are going to have, it's going to be just a last-ditch score.
Oh, so you think it's gonna be 27-10? They're gonna score a touchdown at the end just to make it 27-17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I you know what? I can see that.
I see Josh Allen left, Josh Allen right, James Cook here,
James Cook.
But they've been hearing a lot about after getting beat by the Falcons.
Now, Richard has the Bills winning 24-12. Okay.
I agree with you for one time tonight, Richard.
It's close to my score, Richard. I had 24-10.
I'm going 35-13.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. 35-13 that's good. You got the Sunday night game, the Packers at the Steelers. I don't even know if JQ wants to even acknowledge this game.
Let's not do it. Listen, I got a shot waiting on me that I left upstairs. I'm gonna come back.
Oh, this guy.
Shot.
Oh my God.
If I were the Steelers, I would run towards wherever Micah Parsons is at. That's where my running attack would be, to that side of the field. That's his weakness. And if they do that, I'm giving the Pittsburgh Steelers a chance in this one at home. 2017 Steelers.
This is Aaron Rodgers' get back game. Is that what you're saying, Gary?
Wow.
This that game?
I had this exact same score, Gary. 2017.
Steelers?
I'm going with Pittsburgh as well. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be so motivated in this game.
I agree.
And I'm going to go 2017 as well, Pittsburgh.
Rodgers, Richard, I don't think it's going to. Aaron Rodgers, you think he's going 27-10? That would be a huge win.
He says, I'll take Aaron Rodgers and his walker, 27-10.
There it is. Yeah, man.
Man, those Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco on Thursday night last week, man, those two guys, they had the average age of like 66 years old.
That's what we were talking about that last week.
Let's get to some college football predictions here. I know he's got the JQ is upstairs getting that shot, if you will. But
Duke has the Bills winning 24-17.
27. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. We're all kind of in, we're kind of thinking the Panthers are going to score about 17 to 10 points. But we'll see. Like I said, whether it's 13, 12, whatever, we're all taking the Bills. And again, it's the NFL. There's, I just think that the Bills are going to be motivated. All right, you came rolling back. We're going to wrap up these some predictions here and whatnot. Ole Miss, number 8, Ole Miss, number 13, Oklahoma. We talked about John Mateer last year. He kind of came back too fast, but does he kind of feels like he's kind of getting back? What say you guys in this first game, Rob?
I'm going to go with Oklahoma. John Mateer played a lot better this past week. Obviously, he struggled in his first game back against Texas. As you mentioned, he probably came back a little too soon.
For surgery,
but I'm going to go Oklahoma in this one. Oklahoma's defense has been really good, particularly the defensive line this year. Brent Venables has really turned that defense around. So I'm going to go Oklahoma. I'm going to go 27-24. I think it's going to be a good football game.
We all know your ass was going to pick Ole Miss, or Ole Piss, as you like to call them. That's the easiest one we could go through on this one. You know he wasn't going to root for Ole Piss.
Thank you, JQ. Thanks for calling him Ole Piss.
Listen, because I already know you. You're welcome. I'm going to go with Shambles.
I did pick Ole Miss to beat LSU earlier this year, and unfortunately I was right.
I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. They listen. They should have beat Georgia. They gave that game away. That's got to be sticking in their crawl. They can't afford another loss. But I just don't believe in material yet. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. I think it's a close game though.
I think it's a close game too. I'm going with Ole Miss on the road.
Me too.
24-21. Richard's got Oklahoma on the screen there.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ole Miss because I don't know if Mateer's fully healthy, man. I'm still kind of, I know he's getting better, but I don't know, man. We'll see.
He played better this past week.
He did, but it's just, like I said, Venables got to figure some shit. All right, this is a good game. Now, me and Gary, whenever all the problems that were happening, we were pretty much thinking that Vandy didn't stand a chance in LSU. We were both wrong because Pavia was playing his ass off. And this is the game. Yeah, this was game because now if you're Vanderbilt, right? Because again, we were thinking Pavia. I know that they were rested. They had a bye week. They were waiting for LSU, but this is they're coming off that high, and this is Missouri's coming in. So this would be a good test for them to see where they stand. They're the number 10 team in the country. Do they hold serve or do they kind of again believe the press clippings as far as after beating LSU? Rob,
I'm going with Vanderbilt in this game. Diego Pavia, man, he had a field day against LSU this past weekend, man. It was unstoppable.
Yeah, he did.
And I like what they do with the offensive line as well at Vanderbilt. They got some versatile players on the perimeter as well, some solid running backs. I'm going to go with Vanderbilt in this game. I think it's going to be a good football game. You know what? I'm going to go with the same score, Oklahoma over Ole Miss, 27-24.
I think this is going to be a 10-point game by Vanderbilt. Listen, me and Richard, I guess we can agree on some things. Listen, Pavia is a dog, and he has it in him. If you watch Missouri play that game, they had chances against Alabama in that game, and they quarterback missed a wide open wide receiver. They could have beat Alabama in that game, and I just don't feel like he's that dude. And you know how I am. We're gonna talk about the quarterbacks. I feel like Pavia is a better quarterback. And LSU's defense hadn't been playing bad, but they had their way with them. And I know Weeks was hurt at linebacker, and his little brother was out there playing, but still, listen. That Vanderbilt team, you know what that Vanderbilt team reminds me of this year? They remind me of Sellers and that South Carolina team last year, where it was like, hey, man, you don't really want them to get in the playoffs. Like, they might get in the playoffs and ruin their dreams.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want them in there. I like Pavia and I like Vanderbilt. I feel like they win that game. I feel like they win it by 10 at least.
I've also picked Vandy in this one at home. 24-21. I wasn't sure about this game, but I knew how bad I screwed up last week, so I picked them this week.
Yeah, that's what happened. I realized I was like, man, I forgot they had Pavia, man. I was talking all kinds of noise, but I think we're all kind of we're all on the Pavia train right now. Like, yeah, this dude, I got Vandy winning 27-17, right now. So
10-point win.
Dude's like Doug Flutie height too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but he's a dog, as JQ said. All right, are we believing the Texas
Hell
hype
no.
with Texas at Mississippi State?
Oh, they're gonna
Man.
beat Mississippi State. Mississippi State might be
Oh,
the only easy out in the SEC
my
right
bad.
now.
I didn't know they were playing Mississippi State. Well, you say that. Well, wait. Are they at Mississippi State or is it Texas?
They at
Mississippi.
Mississippi State. They still gonna beat them.
Ooh, I tell you what, though, Mississippi State gave Tennessee everything they wanted a couple weeks ago when Tennessee rolled into Starkville. Now Tennessee won that game, but they barely won that game. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take Mississippi State.
This guy. Oh, yes, Richard. Yes,
He's drunk, America. He is
No,
drunk.
I ain't.
He
No,
just
I ain't. I don't
he just
think
took a
Archie's that
take a
good.
shot.
I don't think he's that good. If you go back and look it up, Tennessee, I think, won that
I
game by
know.
like 7 points, and they barely won it at the end of the fourth quarter at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Texas, listen, he doesn't play great away from home. He's not been good. His name, I know his last name is Manning, and we always want him to be a Manning.
We're not doing that one. Well,
I said what I said. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna take Mississippi State at home. Conference road games are where championship dreams go to die.
It's tough. It's tough. SEC is a tough place to go on the road, but I'm gonna still roll with Texas.
Bullshit. I don't care what conference you
I'm gonna go 27-17 Texas on the road.
America, can we stop the narrative that the SEC road games are the only ones that are hard? Big 10 road game conference games are also hard too. Big 12 conference road games are also hard too. You know, you said it. SEC
The one
road
who
games
always
are
say how
hard
tough it is to go cross country and win on the road in Big Ten. You forget I'm the one who says that all the time.
I get tired of the national narrative that the SEC is the only place where it's hard to go win on the road. It's hard to win on the road in all good
come
conferences as well.
Stop you cut it out, man. I've been waiting one on here talking about how teams struggle in the Big Ten to go cross country and win.
I say what I say. I'm taking
So yeah, the Big Ten is tough to win on the road.
I'm
too.
taking Texas.
Big Ten their props.
Texas 27-24.
You know,
But it wouldn't surprise me if
I-
JQ was right on this one.
you know, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna. I don't trust. You know, I don't trust Manny, man. I don't trust him, man. You know, we talk about quarterbacks. You know, but the quarterback for the Mississippi State, who is it, Blake Shapen or something like that? That's your quarterback. But I just don't. I don't trust Arch, man. I'm so sorry, man.
You know who I don't trust? I don't trust the sober
who
Steve Sarkisian. He's drinking.
I don't
He's
either.
drinking. His play
Oh,
calling is
man.
magnificent. When he's sober,
Oh no, man.
suspect.
That's funny. I'm going Mississippi State too. I don't trust Arch.
Yeah,
man.
I'm
Arch was
switching mine. I'm switching
this
mine.
past weekend against
27,
Kentucky. I was gonna say that.
Mississippi. I'm switching mine.
I don't trust
I'm
him,
going
man. I
with
don't trust
I'm
him, man.
sticking with Texas. I know Arch was horrible this past weekend against Kentucky. He was 12 out of 27.
Oh, you-
They
Kentucky.
found a way to win
Rob,
that game.
Kentucky.
It was on the road in Kentucky. They won the game, but he was
Kentucky.
awful.
It was where was
Kentucky.
it? It was at Kentucky, and they had to go to overtime. So now you want him to go to Mississippi State and Starkville and magically be better? I'm a non-believer. I will get on here and give him his props if he does it next week. But he looked horrible. He's been horrible on the road all year long against good competition. I'm still gonna take Mississippi State.
Take Mississippi. Yeah, all the way, man. I just don't trust Arch. All right,
I'm picking
hey,
Texas.
Gary. So you got Stanford at number 9 Miami, and we talked, and we got on the show last week, and we were like, I'm like, Miami, you have no problem, and you're like, hey, if Carson shits the bed, and what did you know it? What the hell? Interceptions, like 4 interceptions, man. Oh
Well,
my God.
And Louisville was a good team.
Louisville,
Too.
Louisville's recruiting base since Lamar Jackson has been where? Miami.
Florida.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about that. Yeah, Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with Miami in this one, but
You better.
But this is what I don't want to see. I did this last week, you guys. See this? This is my headset.
Uh-oh.
This is my microphone.
Remember this.
Okay. Cristobal, he needs to have his up like this. Just listen and call a timeout. Leave your offensive and defensive coordinators to do the rest of the game. You'll win. You keep it down like that and you say something stupid, they're going to lose.
Listen, Florida State going to Stanford is one thing. Stanford coming to Miami is a whole different thing. Again, I had a conversation about like I can't believe Louisville was happening. I said you have to understand that Louisville, at least 10 years ago, has said, "Hey, ancient in Kentucky for us to recruit for real. Like we might get some offensive linemen and maybe a defensive lineman, but where do we need to hang our hat on?" And they have said, "Hey, we're going to hang our hat on recruiting out of Miami." So when Louisville plays Miami, you got a whole bunch of dudes that went to high school together that know each other since they was 5.
Oh yeah.
That played against each other. So that's a whole different level. But people don't understand that about Louisville. They only think that happens when it's Florida State, Miami, Florida State, Florida. You have to put that into it when Louisville plays Miami. That being said, Miami's going to be out there and be so mad. They're going to beat Stanford by at least 17 points.
Yeah, I like them over Stanford for sure.
I hope you're right.
I'm gonna go 35-17 Miami in this game. You know, Stanford's got Frank Wright and Andrew Luck all involved in the program, but they won't have enough. They won't have enough to beat Miami. Not on the road in this game.
Andrew Luck, was he
Hey,
teaching
James
him how to
Franklin
play?
might be the new head coach in Stanford.
And listen, that's where he needs to go with no expectations.
Here it is. There it is. All right, guys, let's wrap this up here. You got number 3 Texas A&M at Rob's, number 20 LSU. Now, again, Brian Kelly said, "Hey, we're disappointed. The whole fan base is disappointed." As you're looking at it right now, the LSU is a 2.5 point underdog in this game.
That's
That's
it.
a pick 'em there at
Man.
home. It's 3.
Marcel Reed gonna run all over LSU, man. They gonna have a field
I
day.
got Texas A&M.
LSU's
I picked
offensive line is banged up. Our left tackle Tyree Adams is out in this game. Yeah, man, Texas A&M got good edge rushers too, and they're gonna destroy LSU in this game.
What
It's
time
gonna
is this
be-
game?
It's that night in Baton Rouge.
Oh, I'm taking LSU.
31-20 Texas A&M.
I'm taking LSU.
I don't trust LSU right now, my guy.
You know what I do? I trust LSU in Death Valley at night.
Yeah, it's a tough place to win at night, but man, Marcel Reed ran all over LSU last year. He's gonna do it again, especially after what Diego Pavia did too.
Yeah, I like Texas A&M this matchup, JQ.
LSU
know.
offensive line wasn't good before the injuries, and now we got injuries.
Playing a sleepy game in Nashville.
Okay, Rob, what's your score on that game?
31-20 Texas A&M.
Wow.
I'm going 28-24 LSU.
Got 10. Duke's got A&M. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I hope
I'm not here-
JQ's right.
I'm okay. I'm okay with out here by myself. It's hard to go into LSU and win any game, let alone at night. They went out there eating gator bites and crawfish etouffee and all that shit all day and drinking. Listen, they're gonna win. LSU gonna win that game.
I don't know, JQ. They got to do some type of miracle, man. But it's all good.
I hope JQ's right. I'm rooting for JQ to be right on this one.
JQ trying to pacify you, man. He's trying to throw you some bones here.
No,
all right.
I'm not. Listen, go back and look at Rob. Do you know it? Rob might know it off the top of his head. How many times did LSU lose at a home night game?
They don't lose often at night. I think since Brian Kelly's been there, they've only lost one game at night.
All right.
I'm going off that.
Okay. All good. So we're talking about two things here. What's going to happen? Who are the top candidates for the Florida job? And then obviously we're going to talk about, that's funny. What's going to happen if Jimbo Fisher's kind of keeping an eye on what's happening in the landscape of college football? Is he going to return? And where is JQ's favorite coach, James Franklin, going to land?
Well, I think the Florida job, I think Lane Kiffin is the name to watch here, right? I mean, he's done a solid job with Ole Miss. He kind of reminds you of a young Steve Spurrier. A lot of trash. You know, he talked about Kirby Smart not losing any calories. You know, he's kind of got that Steve Spurrier kind of swag. So, you know, he's a name to watch, in my opinion, at Florida. You can recruit better at Florida than you can at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Right. I think he's a name to watch. I think James Franklin, outside name to watch for the Florida job as well. So, you know, he'll be one to watch as well. So those are two names that I think Kurt Signetta, I think he's out. Obviously, with his
Signetti, yeah. Rob, he's out, man.
So,
Oh,
I think he's going to be staying at Indiana. I mean, they just locked him down, right? So I think those are two names you can definitely be out on the lookout for. And don't rule out an Urban Meyer return, right?
Oh my God.
So that's that's possibly another name to look at as well, a possible Urban Meyer return. And Judd Fish, Washington head coach, I think he's an outsider too. Good job at Arizona. Obviously, when Caden DeBoer left to go to Alabama, he didn't leave the same kind of talent. I mean, they're not in the top 25. He's doing a decent job, but it seems like he's got that program kind of ascending. So I would say Judd Fish is another name to watch. Dan Lanning in Oregon. Watch him too.
I thought about Dan. If he wants to go back to that side, kind of rekindle, he's a Georgia dude, so again, that would be interesting to go to Florida for sure.
With that Nike money out there in Oregon? Got your mind.
He doesn't have Nike money too. Yeah. Now Florida's interesting. Florida's like a sleeping giant, man. If you get the right coach, it's good to have that Florida team back, just having that swag and that significance. I think they have to make a big hire, man. They got to win the press
I would
conference.
love for them to hire James Franklin so they could have the same thing happen to him again. That would be hilarious.
But I was thinking about that too. That's why I'm not sure about Franklin, right? Because I don't think Lance's going to. If you get Franklin, he's a great recruiter, but he's a terrible coach. I'm sorry, Gary. He's kind of like Cristobal, right? Great recruiter, not a great coach. You got to surround because he had all that talent at Penn State. There's no way in hell they should have been losing the way that they lost, man. So I don't know if they want to go down that route. If I'm Florida,
hey, 0-4 in the Big Ten. Who would have thought that before the season? 0-4.
Yeah, 100%. So that's why I kind of agree with Rob that like Lane Kiffin may be the dude. LSU, look at Deion Sanders, Gus Malzahn, Jimbo Fisher at FSU. That's interesting as well.
Norvell is out of Florida State after this year, but if I'm Deion, I don't go back. They hired Norvell over him. If I was Deion, I would go to Florida.
Shit. Boy, if that happened, man. What's his
But has Deion done enough at Colorado to be considered a top-notch coach?
To go to Florida?
He can go anywhere in Florida. He can go anywhere in Florida, man.
To go anywhere in Florida. They messed up when they hired Norvell over him, and I never understood it then. If I'm Deion, you hired that dude over me, I'm going to go to Florida just to prove how ridiculous you were for hiring that dude over me, to stick it to you every chance I get. I believe that Deion is just that petty. I don't think Deion goes to Penn State. I think Deion goes back south. If he leaves Colorado,
no, he's not.
I don't think he goes to Penn State. But if you get Deion to go to Florida and Deion walks in the room and all he does is recruit, I pour it down from Orlando, Tampa down to Miami.
That would be crazy. If that happened, that would be some must watch.
I don't want to see him in the SEC. I'd rather him go to Florida State.
I think he would have went to Florida State, but I think a piece of him still holds on to the fact that they chose Norvell over him. And true. I think that still messes with him. Maybe, he's saved and he's a good Christian fearing brother, and maybe that he has not got the level of petty that I have, but the pettiness that I have, I would go to Florida just to destroy Florida State every year for them passing over me for Mike Nor fucking L.
That's true. He would do something like that, man.
So JQ, let me paint this picture for you here really quick. All right. JQ, let's say you were an Ohio State alumnus, right? And you were an elite football player at Ohio State. We know you love Ohio State. We see the flag behind you, right? All right. Who's Ohio State's biggest rival?
Well, listen, the things that don't need to be said out loud.
Okay. All right. You're an Ohio State alumnus, and you're a football coach, JQ, and they pass on you from hiring you at Ohio State. Would you go to Michigan just so you can kick Ohio State's ass?
Ooh, I might.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, that's sticking it to him.
I might.
Wow.
Listen. Whoa. Let me qualify it. Whoa. Easy, everybody. Let me qualify that. If you pass over me for somebody that I look at and say, hey, that dude's a really good coach, I understand why you pass over me for him because he's established, he's won a championship here, he's done these things. Yeah. But when you pass over me for Mike fucking Norvell, and he does that at Florida State, and then you want to come crawling back to me, unless you back up the truck for me, I don't know, Rob. I hear what you're saying, but I don't know.
I think part of it is if your alma mater come calling for you, you're gonna listen.
But they passed over him once, is what you're missing.
I know.
They passed over him for a coach that we all thought was like, wow, why would you not take Deion right there? Why would you take him? Like the dude they took over him was not somebody we thought was a better coach. We all said it. If you are Florida State and you hire Deion and you let him go out there and Deion walks in and says, hey man, I am Mr. Florida State. I can tell you everything you need to know about going to Tallahassee, this, that, and the other. That recruiting lends itself. You picked over him the first time. Now you want to come back to me on the second time around when dude shits the bed? Oh, listen, my level of petty, I won't stay at Michigan forever, but I might do it for a couple of years just to fuck with him.
Y'all heard it here first. JQ is willing to take the Michigan job.
Listen, only if they passed over me first for somebody that I knew I was better than.
In that scenario, I totally agree with that.
Kind of way.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just didn't think those.
That's just like Randy Moss in the NFL. You know, he had all these teams.
Yeah.
That passed him, including the Cowboys, and he made an example out of every one of them.
His revenge tour is pretty like Baker Mayfield. I'm going back in time.
Right. I mean,
yeah,
that's a good motivator.
That's true.
Let's go down and steal who we can get, and steal what players we can get specifically from that school. Let's see who from there.
Yeah,
from
man,
everything.
That would be a good look for Florida because I mean, again, Deion will recruit his ass off, man. He would have some top recruit. You get Florida, and you get Georgia
because he's got that name recognition.
Yeah,
so
man.
He's gonna, and now he's in a big time conference, and he's gonna, I mean,
stadium will be filled. They're already killed in Colorado right now. Colorado would hate that, obviously, but money talks.
Colorado in the Big 12 right now is a stepping stone job. But if you go to Florida and the recruits are going to say, you know what? Also, to that manner, I know he's out there to embarrass everybody when I go there with him to Florida. He's out there to embarrass people.
Rob, look at that. Rob is dark. He's like, I don't want no part of this. Rob wants no part of Deion in the SEC.
Boy. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but if I'm Florida,
if that were the case, that first game that he comes out and they shake hands after Deion's team annihilates him, I'd like to listen in on that coach's handshake. Yeah, you thought you were going to beat me, huh? You son of a.
Listen,
that's probably more of a conversation for the athletic director.
It is. It's more for the athletic director, but still, I don't know Deion's level of petty. It depends on his level of petty. He might say, you know what? He's a good God fearing man. He might say, I was just waiting on y'all.
Well, and it might not be petty, but competitiveness is.
No, it's petty.
He's competitive.
No, it's petty.
We know he's got the competitive.
No. It's petty. If you go to Florida as a Florida State alum, that's petty. But if he comes back and says, you know what? The Lord told me to be patient. I knew my time would come to go back to my alma mater. So I went here for a little while to get my chops up, and I came back to Florida State. He might say that. And good on him for saying that, for not being petty and being a good person. But me? I can't say I can do the same.
Wow. All right, gentlemen. We've been going a little extra here. So let's pick our last topics and let's wrap this up too. So you guys have quite a few topics to discuss, and where do you want to go? And we can kind of again wrap up another great edition of Talking Sports with the 12th. And I don't know who wants to start it off. Just let me know, and we can kind of go from there. Just pick and choose a topic. And
well, how about that ALCS, that Game 7 against
George Springer, man, 3-run shot.
Yeah, I mean that was the dagger right there.
Someone had a great question. And hold on, Gary. Hold that thought. I'm gonna ask this question for you guys. Someone had a great question for me today. They were like, "Would you rather have an amazing game, like just a standout game, like Shohei Ohtani had, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs, or would you have a moment like hitting the walk-off home run, Game 7, or hitting the game-winning shot? What would you rather have? Would you rather be remember for like having a great moment or having?"
That was easy for me.
What would it be?
That game Shohei Ohtani had was unreal.
Okay.
Right, he had the whole game.
Man,
Talking about
I don't know if
he had
you
the whole
ever
game.
see that in baseball ever again.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
But it's like a game 3.
I'll take that shot. I'll take the shot. I'll
Okay.
take that hit. I'll take that home run or whatever.
Like the game winning, like a game 7. You're hitting game
Absolutely.
winning
I'll
shot.
take that because you know what? Every World Series, you know, when we look at all these highlights,
Mhm, mhm.
that's the types of shots that we see on there.
You remember?
But you're gonna get a whole.
When you have a guy that dominates pitching and hits 3 home
Yes.
runs in the game, well, you probably never see that again in Major League. You're gonna see a guy hit a game-winning home run again, but a guy that pitched the way he did, struck out as many batters he did, and hit 3 home runs. One of them he practically hit out of not just the home run, but went out the stadium practically.
And that was game 4.
I mean,
wasn't that game 4 for the sweep?
No, that was game 3.
Okay.
No, it was game 4.
I thought it was game 4.
Yeah, it was game 4 because he's their 4th starting
Yeah.
pitcher. Yeah, that was game 4. So it closed the series. What Shohei Ohtani did, that was unreal.
You talk about one moment. You talk about a game. Listen, I get it. Game 7. Whenever you hear game 7, it's magic, and you go up there, you have that happen. But to finish the sweep off with 3 home runs and the starting pitcher and have 10 strikeouts, bro, you dominated the whole freaking game.
No one is talking about it's like
that might be one of the best postseason performances in any
right,
sport.
and I agree with that. But I'm just
it's a great moment. But we're saying like just in the context of the whole thing, like you remember certain moments, like you remember like certain things that Reggie Jackson was Mr. October. You remember this like the Bill Buckner. You remember like certain moments, like remember this like there's people that like hit like crazy stuff in like game 7s and little things like it was a great.
And that's what we see every year.
Right.
All those little highlights during this.
Yeah.
You don't. We're not going to have commentators. Well, we might have a few of them that'll talk specifically about how great that game was and that pitching and all that. But just those moments that you see in those clips, those clips that you see all the time. Yeah, that'd be great to be a part of that.
I think sometimes we get caught up in recency bias, right?
That's
because
fair.
It went to a game 7, and the Dodgers were so dominant in the National League in this postseason and they've been off the stage for 3 or 4 days, so you almost forgot about them. So not you forgot about them, but they've been out the the media for a couple of days. It's all been about football and the Mariners and the Blue Jays. So you stop talking about them. But in that day after, I honestly don't think he got enough respect for it. 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts as a starting pitcher. It
was great. We know it was amazing, but we know we're not doubting what he did. Like it was like amazing performance. Like there's only so many pros we can talk about that. And that's great, but I'm just saying like that was a great conversation because like man, you have it's not a wrong or right answer. It's just like interesting how everyone has perspective. Kirk Gibson was all right, during the season, but. The way that he was, the way he came hit that, everyone remembers that Kirk Gibson home run. You remember that? You remember like certain Kirby Puckett. You remember all these different moments because they were like significant moments. You know what?
So let's take it back a second. I don't know if we'll talk about Ohtani, even though it was as great as it was, and Springer's because it wasn't in the World Series. So it may get overshadowed depending on what happens in the World Series coming up. You know what I mean? Like we might not even talk about it anymore, depending on what we see. And it might hit the back page, in a week and a half. Like for right now, yes, it was fantastic. I watched that game. I had my Griffey Manor jersey on. I feel like I jinxed him.
Yeah.
But listen, you gotta give Springer his credit. But I would rather have Ohtani's moment in the championship series. But the moments you all are talking about right now are all World Series.
Great moment.
Yes.
Yeah. But Ohtani's performance, man, you can put that up to any playoff performance in any sport, man, what he did. That's insane. First off, you don't have I mean, it might be another 100 years before we see another two-way player in baseball like we're seeing with Shohei Ohtani right now.
I don't know.
What you're witnessing is unreal. What he's doing.
We're witnessing good history, Robin. We're not talking about that. Like, I'm not going to downplay what he did. I'm going to make sure that I'm clear with this. I'm just saying that it was just an interesting argument. And then, again, like we talked about, there are certain Jordan can score 60 points in the regular season, blah, blah. But then if it's on a game 7 or you're going to, remember he killed that in game 7 and he had 50. You're going to remember that because that was game 7. It was for an elimination, and he just something crazy like that. You're gonna remember that, that one shot that he hit, or certain things like that. It's just kind of like you're kind of splitting hairs here, but I just thought that was interesting. That's all.
Yeah, no, good question.
Yep.
Let's do some World Series picks.
Go for
Dodgers
it.
easily.
Come on, man. Dodgers.
Dodgers.
You look at the way they pitching right now: Blake Snell, Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, Tyler Glasnow. I mean, they're just set up, man. Yeah, they're gonna be a tough out.
Okay, so I've got the Dodgers in 5.
I got them in 6.
I could see 5 as well. I'm gonna go 5.
I can
I'm
see
gonna go 6.
Yeah, fair. Anything else? Kirk, that's a great hire, Kirk Suzuki for the Angels. By the way, I think that was a great hire from them.
I think Pujols. I don't know how you let Pujols walk out the building as an Angel.
Pujols doesn't have experience, so that's the tough part too. JQ. I know it's a good. Okay, let me rephrase that. I like it. Would have been a good look. It would have been a good look to have Pujols, 100%. I think it was like.
You tell Albert to go get him an experienced couple of bench coaches until he learns what he needs to get done. But just for the people he's going to bring in, you got to battle against the Dodgers in Southern California. What are you doing to bring people to the gate outside of Trop? If Pujols is your manager, and I appreciate it. Listen, we can agree to disagree sometimes, Richard, but I appreciate that, and I hear you do. But I'm just saying, Kirk Suzuki doesn't move the needle like Albert Pujols will. If you're trying to get people to
that's
out.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. To get that job.
I didn't realize. I didn't know he was that much in. I didn't know if it was like just like I mentioned, but I don't know if he was like really interviewing for that. That's
He's moved on to the Padres, I think now to interview for their job.
Really?
I think.
Wow. Okay.
I believe so.
Okay. I didn't think that was serious. I didn't know if he had enough experience, but that would have been a good look for the Angels. Man.
Yep.
Damn. That's a tough one.
Listen, all the bobbleheads and Pujols jerseys and bobbleheads things you give away. Listen, you can print money.
Mm-hmm.
You spent a lot of time with the Cardinals though too, so
but you spent a lot of time there. So
that's why I'm kind of curious. Cardinals is a whole other conversation. But
Richard, you're going with the Dodgers in how many games? Put it up there for us so we can have that on record.
Ooh, Duke with 4-1. I feel like the Blue Jays lineup is it just depends.
I wonder if the Blue Jays gonna get Bo Bichette back too.
Well, the thing about it is it's that they swing it. I'm winning with 6. Is that you got to just work the count and get to that bullpen. That Dodgers bullpen is not great. The problem is everybody, including the Reds, everybody's up there second pitch swinging, and you're letting them get to the 7th and 8th inning at 100 pitches, and then you have to get deep into that bullpen. If you can stay patient and make them work and foul the pitches off and get into that bullpen in the 5th or 6th inning, then you can get the Dodgers in a little bit of trouble. But that's easier said than done.
Yeah. The same thing the Brewers manager said, and it didn't work.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of firepower, man. Dodgers got a lot of firepower, man. So that's the thing they're worried about.
Yeah.
All right, what's your last topic so we wrap this thing up? Rob, anything you want to talk about?
Heck of a game between OKC and Houston tonight. If we can, if that's what the Western Conference Finals is going to look like, we will be in for a treat. I'll just say that. And OKC didn't have Jalen Williams tonight either, too. But
he's out
heck of a game, physical game, too. First game of the season.
Yeah, it's game 1.
Just started. Gary.
I'm just watching this, enjoying this Golden State Lakers game.
Yeah.
Golden State's winning.
How the Lakers letting Draymond Green hitting wide open threes?
Because you got to let somebody have a wide open 3. You can have it.
Yeah. JQ was no part of that.
I mean, we don't have LeBron there, and he's taking $60 million in your payroll. What do you think is going to happen?
Where's he at? Are they already load managing him? Game 1, he's load management.
He got the same sciatica that got my lower back.
Oh.
Once you take up $60 million in your payroll.
He's out 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that look.
Yes.
Man, damn.
That's what I was like, I don't know what I was expecting about LeBron tonight, but okay.
So if he's out 6 weeks,
No, I said 3 to 4 weeks.
or 3
But
to
probably
4
a week has already passed since that injury. I don't know, 1 or 2.
Oh, listen, his old ass is gonna be 4 to 5.
Hey man, hey, JQ
Get
man,
some
you got to
Ben
see the
Gay.
great DeAndre.
That ain't gonna help. That's
You got to see the
reality.
great. How's DeAndre Ayton playing? JQ, you been watching
I
him?
haven't watched a single second of that game because I don't worry about game one. We're not
Okay.
without LeBron. Come on, man. If you put that kind of investment in one player, $60 million, that means you're missing 2 to 3 players you could have had for him. So if he's not going to play, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, 16 for 16 from the foul line.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that surprises me. I don't live in Dallas. That's one of 82. It'll be all right.
All right, gentlemen. Hey, everyone, we appreciate. Who's Linfield? The Linfield Wildcats have lost 2 games already. What's that? Is that for you, Gary from Richmond?
I guess. Yeah, that's a small college out.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I think my cousin went to Linfield. Oh,
Oh my
Josh,
God! See, here we go. My cousin went there, and he probably grew up.
she's Italian.
You're kidding.
No,
JQ got people. Andre got people all
Oh,
over the
see what I'm
country.
talking about? My
Linfield.
cousin went there. See?
Really?
Yeah, and that's in Oregon. Yeah, she go there.
Oh my God!
A lot of Jocelyn, JP. What's up?
Andre probably got people that went to Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte too.
I don't have anyone that went to that university. Just to let you know, it's all good. Marcia's on. She knows Jake. She knows Jocelyn. Yeah, shout out Jocelyn. I remember like Linfield. Yeah, she was telling me she was there. Let's go. Let's go.
That is wild. Everywhere.
Everyone.
Everywhere city we go.
Ooh.
All right.
Not that one. She ain't that, but it's all good.
No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. 60 plus consecutive winning seasons. Kind of big deal. Wow. Okay. Good stuff. I see it. Hey guys, we appreciate the shout outs. Shout outs to Duke. Shout outs to Richard. Jill, I'm surprised Jill hasn't chimed in. I don't know if she's watching too. We appreciate the support as well. Obviously, our significant other from Gina to Marcia and all that fun stuff too. So again, always chime in, give us your thoughts. Hopefully, we're still gonna have some fun. I know we're kind of early this week. Next week, gentlemen, what do you think is going to be? Rob, you have any ideas for what's happening next week or what?
Next week probably Tuesday or Wednesday would be the best night for me.
Yeah, I'm always for Wednesday because it lets me not like be rushing. But I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm just saying Tuesdays are like, oh my gosh.
I'm good with Wednesday if y'all are.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's do Wednesday. Normal time 10.
yeah, that sounds like a plan. That's
10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Yeah.
Or if the people in Louisiana, Mississippi say specific.
Wrap it up, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just told you next Wednesday night is going to be 10 Eastern for those of you all in Philadelphia, New York, Boston, down to Atlanta and Florida, and 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, LA, Fresno. We want to hear from y'all. We're here in Denver, 8 o'clock. Tune in, everyone. We'll be back. Have a good week.
Yes, sir. Talk to y'all later.
Dude,
No party shots for
call
Richard.
on us.
No party
Oh,
shots.
no, I'm messing with Rock. Listen, it's always been. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, too. For show. I got my shots off, brother. We good.
You fire some shots in there. It's like, I'm good. I'm done.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to
JQ,
Nas.
there's happy hour waiting for you in Albuquerque.
You know the hell it ain't.
Shout out to Naj.
Shout out to Naj, yeah, because he actually was texting me whenever what show Otani was doing. He's like, man, greatest ever, and I gotta like hit him up too. So he's he leaves work late, so would love to jump on. I gotta like text him, so all good. Yeah.
Nah,
he
you
has-
got to join us, man. The original
Yeah, we
Dark
missed
Knight.
you, Naj.
Naj.
You know what's funny about Naj? Naj dropped out ever since Anthony Richardson was benched.
Because he didn't want me to talk about it.
Ever since they beat Anthony Richardson, he been back on.
He's like, man, he loves some Anthony Richardson, man. I was like, man, we haven't seen you since then. He was like, my time will come. That's exactly what he said. My
And
time.
now they're in Lenora Stellars to Anthony Richardson. I don't think that's fair.
Oh my God.
No. Ooh, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen. Next week, have a good evening.
Next Wednesday night. See y'all.
Have a good one.
Thanks, y'all.